0809 981 and hashtag Grapevine981 on Twitter. Just tag them in already at James Silas.
Yeah.
At Catch Oris.
Catch Oris.
There we go. Okay, so first up on the block is the music. That was a love song, and it is by Matoria, who's this Kenyan the producer and artist as well. And yeah, he already had an album out back in, I think it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Now I want to go and look it up. But he's also, yes, his first album was Dive In, and he released that back in 2019, and now he's got this 8-song EP, Happiness, that's supposed to be coming out sometime in May. Although I was listening to him on SoundCloud when he was doing an interview. He said it was supposed to come out in what was it, March, end of March, but well, African timing hits everybody. So guys, what did you think about Love Song?
I think it has that groovy sound. I want to say South African, but apparently it's just, I guess everybody who's doing electronic music can probably relate to what he did on the song. Yeah, so yeah, I like the groove. My friend here, well, I'll let him just say what he thinks.
So for me,
meanwhile, music video.
Yeah, the video, I mean, very simple, very, I don't know, simple has never been so simple. I mean, so it's
is that criticism or
I'm not sure what that's supposed to
no,
mean.
just saying that don't expect too much as well. I don't know, sometimes, you know, when you listen to some songs, you're waiting for theatrics, you're waiting for some acting, but it was a very simple. It looked like they went for like a dinner date or just a date, boy and girl, you know,
yeah,
sitting down.
Title of the song is Love Song.
Exactly.
So I guess there
you
is
know, it was
something
very
there.
simple.
And you know, sometimes they say simple is more.
Exactly. So and then
Depending
the
on how
song
you
started.
Maybe in Kenya. In Nigeria, more is more.
Yeah.
Oris.
I love it. I love it. Like, guys, seriously, my favorite quote comes from Frasier, and he's like, "If less is more, just think how much more would be." And I think that's Nigerians.
That's Nigerian, actually, you know.
And come to think of it, this guy is a producer. He's produced for Salty Soul as well as Burner Boy. He's really big there in Kenya. I like the beat to this particular song, and we're looking forward to, you know, his EP. Let's listen to some of the songs.
You know the funny thing about this particular song? I thought it was boring at first. The way it started,
but it picks up.
It just I like the song, you know. But I don't think I a lot of times I discourage artists from starting on a boring, like especially when you're not known.
Okay, so here's the thing. James Silas is saying boring, but when I heard it, I was like, okay, starting off pretty mellow. It's mellow, you know. Maybe I'll put it in that playlist of mine, and then just like that.
Sometimes people don't have that patience.
Yeah, no, but James actually has a point. I remember that there's certain research done by a bunch of Americans, as always, and they were like, it takes an average of 3 listens to know whether you like a song or not. This is from way back.
Apparently, you know, he started with his language. Sorry, he started the song with his language, and then later
Swahili or something.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of so the idea of like 3 times. So most producers, what they do is to repeat the pattern thrice in the beginning of the song, just so that they can catch your attention. So
the rule of 3 exists everywhere, people, everywhere. Okay, so are we done with Matoria and Love Song?
I believe so.
Yeah. Shall we move on?
Yes, please. And then this very big story. It's been on since last week Friday.
Yeah.
Major talking point in Nigeria. It's about the late gospel singer Osinachi Nwachukwu. Right now, her husband has come out.
There's been so much news that's coming out, you know, especially as we've seen people talking to the children, like the information that the children had to release, but also her husband. Yeah, you were saying.
Yes, the husband said she's been battling an illness since November last year. He took her to the Federal Medical Center in Jabi, that's in Abuja there, and then to the teaching hospital in Gwagwalada, and then to the General Hospital and to the National Hospital where she died last week Friday, but he did not reveal the nature of her illness.
So I've been following this story.
That's with the rest of Nigeria.
I mean, this is a book. At first, it was like, oh my gosh, she passed on and everything, and then later, her friends and people that knew her and the family started bringing out, you know, various angles of situations of violence, especially domestic violence, and it's so sad. Now, you know what? There's something they say in pidgin, like, dead body, you know, the something case, I know the fight case, I know do you understand, like where something happens, where the main person that the victim or the the actual person that is supposed to lay that complaint now is not available, there's no, it will be difficult to prove a lot of things. And that's why I see, and I mean, how this case might end up. I don't even know if the guy has been arrested. Is there really, has the case been filed against?
No,
Who's
I don't
filing the
think so.
case? Do you understand? We don't really know what may have.
I think what's happening at the moment is just public opinion,
Yes.
which is squarely, of course, against the husband. But I also think part of the problem is the Nigerian. I don't know if the word is resignation. Just the idea that we are not particularly a culture that does autopsies. Although I hear that there's going to be one for this particular case, but but as a culture, we don't really do that. A person that you're like, you know what, it has happened, it has happened. There's nothing we can, which is true, to be honest, nothing you can do to get it back. But that idea of like finding out what exactly has gone into that death is not something we really probe here. At least in the US, you know that. In fact, the harmless trace, as when there's anybody who they probably suspect of some kind of malfeasance before they death. So I think, yeah.
I mean, her husband
I
was
hope that's
arrested by the FCT police command on Sunday, and that was on grounds of suspected culpable homicide.
Is that not
So-
because of the noise everybody has been making?
No, her brother reported the case,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
then they had to swing into action to arrest him. But two things I want to point out: the pastor yesterday, came out and in a 10 minutes long video explaining what happened. That first off, she was ill. She's been ill for about 2-3 months, and then she was picking up, and all of that. And finally, she passed on last week Friday. That's number one. Number two, that he wasn't aware of the issues around domestic violence, that he was aware she was ill and he prayed for her. She was recuperating. He was surprised that, she passed on. He's now hearing stories about, she was beaten. Perhaps she used to be beaten before this particular one, that it was the illness that, I mean, is the cause of her death. That's what the
Okay.
husband also said when he was arrested at the police.
Another report,
that's the autopsy, I
going by
guess.
what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
by one of our friends, one Ada also said that the husband kicked her on the chest or something.
Yeah, that's
And
the thing that was
maybe
said.
5 days before she was taken to the hospital, that also led to the demise. So there are a lot of stories that, but we don't
Yeah, I
have.
mean,
the
I just
facts
hope there's really like a medical autopsy that takes place, and then we know specifically what exactly happened. Because I think this domestic violence, in fact, there's just so much violence currently. I'm just like this.
Yeah.
Too much- too
So
much
Ty from
violence.
Aja saying that with all these conflicting stories, which one do people believe? And that's what Oris is speaking to. That we hopefully will have some firm medical evidence that we can
Hopefully.
then hold on to, because boy, every time we touch on this story, I just get a little bit speechless because it's so sad,
Sad.
and it's
Yeah.
unnecessary,
And it's also common,
and it's common. It's so common. But we do have in Lagos. I know we do have, and I spoke about it on Tuesday. We have the Domestic and Sexual Violence Response Squad. I know we also have Women at Risk Foundation. We have the Maribel Center. These are some of the centers. These are some of the places that you can reach out to.
Can I just blame religion a bit?
Let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, because you know,
Because there is the religious aspect of
yeah,
this.
I mean, this is somebody who motivates, inspires a lot of people when it comes to gospel music, and you know that feeling of when the church does not encourage you to divorce or leave your marriage and all those things, but you'll be going through all of these things, and then I can imagine that she didn't want to put herself in that situation of, and the husband or the family in that situation of trouble, like there's violence now, and then I mean somebody that who comes and sings so wonderfully well, and then people are looking at her as an icon of somebody who they look up to, and then you now have that kind of situation of your husband beating you at home, it's just, I feel like she would have concealed some information that and decided to pray about it.
Because her mother actually had spoken with BBC Igbo, and she said that that her daughter, that Osinachi, had actually left her marriage for over a year and only returned after her husband came with pastors
You see.
to beg that she come
Wow.
home. So there is that aspect of this. Well,
And the lead pastor of the church is still insisting that he wasn't entirely aware of all of this, beatings that were ongoing. And then he says, oh, when things happen, people are so quick to attack the church and, attack the pastor and say, oh, why did you people not allow her to divorce? Before this time, he had put out 3 different videos on his Instagram page where, he's trying to show that I've been preaching that instead of it to die in the marriage, leave the marriage. And some people are saying, oh, damage control, it's too late, we've lost her already.
Okay, so we have more we have more news for you. So let us go on now. And there's also violence that can come into the marriage. This one is from fans. When you are in the public domain, oh my goodness. So Haley Baldwin is now she's directly addressing her social media commenters, the ones who are just waiting for her to post so that they can say something about Selena, or about how much she just doesn't she doesn't
Measure up.
she and Justin don't make sense when compared with Justin and Selena, because people, once you have fans and you have stands, they're die hard. So Haley Baldwin again begging social media users to leave her alone and stop trolling her. She actually went up on TikTok in a TikTok video. She said that this is for you guys in my comments every single time I post. Enough time has gone by. I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please. And she goes on to say, I beg of you, truly, that's my only request. Be miserable somewhere else,
Somewhere else.
please.
I like that line.
Obviously, somebody did something to her
I think it's
once
people
again.
just all over the place every single time. It's pretty much the way when at least on some of them Kanye West post, you would see Taylor Swift fans saying Taylor ended you. It's like just a one line, and you see like 100 comments of the same thing. So these trolls are ridiculous.
At what point do we make fans a weapon? As in, we can now start saying, actually, guys, that you can be brought up on charges of aggravated assault via fans, because it's getting a bit much now, where your fans will take up the sword
Also,
for
what
you.
are you saying? So the star will get
Done for the
done
fans.
for
I'm just wondering at one point, because there was a point at which
I don't know
Selena.
about that one.
Yeah.
No, but there was a point at which, and then we have to take a break. I know that. So before we do, there was a point at which Selena kept, just liking comments, and
Mhm.
I don't know if she retweeted anything, but I know she definitely liked a bunch of comments that were targeting,
Haley.
Justin.
Justin,
Mm.
they still do. I mean, a lot of those things happen
Yeah.
till now.
So as they're over there just liking, that's fueling the fans
Mm.
to continue with the hate.
And it just seems like, Selena's fans are the ones doing these things
Mm.
consistently. Anytime she posts a picture, they just go there and say, oh, she was better than you. We want both of them back. And they've
I
been
mean,
married
see,
for
when
what?
she was at the when she was we don't have time. We'll be back. Just make sure you're watching on YouTube. We'll talk about this off air. We might even bring it back on air if we've got time. This is the Grapevine on Smooth Breakfast. Do stick with us.
88.1. Love music, love, love.
So I think when she went for the Met Gala,
Bro, you gotta show this party again.
our
AKA
fans Selena's fans were there yelling, Selena, Selena,
When
Selena.
you saw her.
But why is this
Haley
Selena's
was
fault?
walking
Please?
off.
What's Selena's fault?
I said Selena likes to like their comments. I
Not,
mean, guys,
not anymore. Maybe in those days when she was still feeling. I think
if
it's,
you're on my
I think
She's
enough time
side,
has. I think enough time
She's
has
moved on
passed. I think
now,
she's
yeah.
moved
a
on.
lot of time has passed, but
Enough
she's
time has
still
passed.
doing it.
She's not doing
It's
it.
not
please.
hard.
She's
She's
not
been
hard
doing-
now. She's not
Like-
Hold on.
liking
Hold on.
bad comments.
Selena Gomez. I'm going to use my friend Google
Go ahead, let's
to
see.
find
Please,
out.
let's see,
for
let's
you
see,
guys.
let's
It has to be 2022 though.
Haley Baldwin.
Yes, it has to be 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Not
course.
even late 2021.
This is like 4 months into the year. Please.
2022.
A quarter gone.
Really?
Yeah.
It has to be. I can't vouch or guarantee 2022.
Lately, Abby. Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. Last
But like
time it was like
2021.
that.
At some point, I'm sure she was feeling some type of way about it. So I mean, I don't think I can blame her too much. But yeah, we're not anymore. So please let the fans be responsible for the fans.
AKA Whiskey FC.
Whiskey
versus-
FC and
Those
Angelique
fans.
Kidjo.
No, leave this one. The Angelique Kidjo is not. It's not. Leave.
No, but for
let's
like
call
for,
Whiskey
but for like that 3 days.
Davido.
Davido.
Oh yeah, no, but for that like 3 days after the Grammys now, there was that whole
Oh,
But
that's
didn't she
they
have,
were
she had
insulting
to
her.
turn off her comment section?
Yeah, she
now?
did. That same day actually. She told me.
Yeah. Which is ridiculous. How can they bully my Angelique Kidjo? Well, not sure if she was bullied. I'm sure she was just like, whatever, children.
Nigerians don't got
I'm too amazing for this.
They not even throw the Grammys. Now Angelique Kidjo. What's how?
Enough. Why she's the one benefiting from
Yeah.
it?
Okay. Guys, YouTube is up, so I'll be reading your comments from under the live stream. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to investigate this thing.
Which one? The same Selena one?
Your own.
Oh, no, give up. So that
I'm not going to give up
give
ever.
up.
All right, you're listening to Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 Lagos. And I mean, lot of amazing stories to share with you. We've got Oris in the studio.
I want to say yeah, but I can't.
No, 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 no. It's been
But I
taken.
can't do
What was the
And James Silas.
yeah?
My goodness.
James has patented it, so I'll just let him go.
Okay, so what was the stuff I was talking about of air, which was that whole Selena and Haley thing,
Mhm.
and the fans. Yes. So I was saying one thing I brought up was when Haley was walking up the stairs of the Met Gala, so, Selena's fans were yelling her name, and in fact, the Met captured. It was captured on video, and she was tearful because this thing hurts.
I'm not
Guys.
arguing that. I'm saying why are you blaming Selena for
I'm
that?
blaming
That's my
Selena.
own.
Why?
What
I'm
did Selena
blaming
do?
Selena. I'm still.
I'm sure
looking
she's
for
not
it.
encouraging them, at least not anymore. So
I'm still looking for it. There was a point at which she was encouraging them.
yes, maybe like 50 years ago.
I've been banned from saying that it's recent if it's not in 2022. Even if it's late 2021, I'm not allowed to say anything anymore.
But
I feel
guys,
some kind of way about it.
guys, I think the fans should just take a chill pill, really. Because even in Nigeria here, we see this thing happen. One celebrity is on his own, the fans just attack the other celebrity, and it goes on and on.
People, when you tell fans to take a chill pill, they come after you. How dare you?
Exactly.
How dare you?
Don't say
They
calm down
take a
to
chill
anyone.
pill. They'll say, who is this purple guy? Who are you talking to? And these fans are shameless. They say the way they feel.
Yeah.
Sometimes not with their real accounts.
I mean,
Most times.
but
not.
Mm.
most times not, yeah, but
But they feel it's typhoon, but I think they feel it deeply. So yeah, so that should be.
I don't
they
like
feel
what
it
people are
deeply.
doing to Shock, but she's still looking at that story.
Shokpe, can we go to the next
Exactly,
one?
exactly. Can we move on, please?
Yes, please.
I'm obsessed with looking at it. I
It's
don't know
not
what to
there.
tell
You just can't find anything.
Exactly.
Fine.
There's nothing to find, please.
I'm going
Let's
to
go back to
I'm
2018.
going to find this thing. You people will watch out for Twitter. I'm going to find it and I'm going to post it,
Oh,
and then
God.
you are going to be sorry.
Oh, God.
Tag
All
me.
right.
Tag me if you see.
Okay, so let's talk about Britney Spears being pregnant. There
Oops,
you go.
she-
She's pregnant. Oh no,
Baby.
you didn't.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Oh
I'm just thinking.
no, you didn't. Yeah, so she was like, oh my gosh, that's how she found out that she lost so much so much weight on a trip that she took, only to gain it back. And she was like, geez, what happened to my stomach? And her husband said, no, you're food pregnant. So she got a pregnancy test, and well,
Boom.
there you
there's
go.
a baby.
Yeah.
She even
So-
thinks, I mean, it could be two twins. I don't know. She's thinking maybe there are two children.
And
there.
they've taken her dad off the conservator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but this is
off her
months ago.
Now she has
conservatorship.
access to everything.
So
She said she's not going to pay her mother's hospital bill for something. I was like, these people have started again.
I mean, so why not? It's just the best time to get pregnant, isn't it?
But I think she has a set of twins also from her previous
she's got
marriage
two
now.
sons from,
Yeah, from Federline.
Kevin Federline.
That's
So
that's very superb relationship she was in.
yeah,
Back
man, that
those
thing
days.
was tough. But also, I think
Back in
people
the
will
day.
probably be making comparisons, and all eyes will be on her because, Kevin took the kids the last time because, well,
Britney was being Britney.
yes, if you saw the state of their teeth, you would
Mm.
just already know that there were issues. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just saying their teeth were quite bad for little children who
Mm.
are told to brush teeth all the time. So yeah, there's that. Congratulations to them. She and her is it fiance? No,
Husband.
is it husband? Yes, her husband.
Husband.
They got engaged in 2021. They've been dating for almost 5 years, so it's a pretty stable, solid relationship. It looks like.
I'm
at least
going to
from
say,
the outside.
I'm going to say yes. Please let us not be too much in a hurry to give them adjectives that they've not quite. Yeah, it's working now. Let's leave it.
It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years.
It's,
We can.
it's working now.
Yes. Let's not look at it too much.
Exactly. Yeah,
Stuff like that, right?
Just let
Okay.
it go.
So reading your messages up on WhatsApp, Peter from Festac says, on the Osinachi case, soon it will be swept under the carpet. What is the status of the Darwin College case?
Mm.
The NSAR shooting, the Kaduna train attack, the Joss killings, to mention a few. For those talking bad of churches, of the church's stand, I laugh you well, says Peter from Festac.
All right, and Tayo sends a message. He says, if the pastor was not aware of the issue, then why did they follow the husband to plead for her return? It might not be the pastor in question, maybe
Yeah.
other pastors. And he says that if you leave for the demands of your fans, you won't leave for your life. You won't live your life.
You won't
Words
live
of wisdom. Okay. All right. There's a story here I think we should talk about. It's young Jonn. He's been announced as Apple Music up next artist in Nigeria, and I think it's a good one. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the young and brilliant producers we've had over the years.
An artist as well. I've been liking
Now,
his
yes,
work.
you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so it
Yeah,
looks
but
interesting.
he isn't quite like very funny, right? Young Gun also worked with Olamide for an extra period of time,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
And so did
Fouls
this
the
guy.
backyard.
No. So did this guy, the producer, Fuse.
feels, yes.
You know, so I'm just thinking the whole idea of like producers becoming more, I guess, confident enough to like run their
Yeah, because
own.
he was
Well,
saying
yeah,
that he had been talking with Fields about, going
Yeah,
from
but except I
producing
think
to.
at the moment, Young Gun doesn't exactly sing, but Fuse does. I think that's a small difference there. I don't
No, he
think Young
does
Gun.
sing. He
now-
does
Yeah,
sing.
yeah, I think Young
Yeah,
He
Gun is
does
singing
sing.
now.
He's got he's got Dada out.
Yes.
And he's
Oh yes, okay,
singing
yes,
on
the,
it.
the new single, the new single.
Yeah.
But I know he had that song. You know, he has been solo for a while actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
The song with Kiss Daniel and Tiwa Savage from
exactly.
2 years ago, I think.
2 or
Hello,
3 years
baby.
ago.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that particular song you get, and he didn't sing on that one.
Mm.
You know,
He's
I think
singing
but
now.
Fuse- yeah. Everybody is singing now.
Yeah.
James,
Yes.
James, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I should not try it.
So the thing is, for a long time, it seems like the producers were not getting enough credit for their work.
Mm.
And in the studio, they were the ones teaching some of these artists, oh, do it this way, do it this way. And at the end of the day, the artist gets all the money and gets all the credit and gets all the fame. And they said, oh, we need to start singing.
Not
Oh,
really.
James is talking.
Not
Okay.
really. Not like they were not getting the. I mean, so for it's an industry thing. The industry grew to a point where we realized that artists are supposed to be licensing and having what's it called, publishing for their records. That's like a lot of things. We evolved
Yes.
as an industry.
We just always took for granted. Now we are like, okay,
Yeah.
this
So,
is how
but-
it should be.
in the
Mm.
past, let's say seven, should I say 7? I'm not very sure because I don't want to just give figures or give a timeline. But let me just put it 10 years. Let me just say 10 years. Yeah. We've had everybody getting credit, not just credit in terms of saying that
You
this
did
person
it by
produced.
producing this song,
No,
yes.
it's also
Money
from the
as
back
well.
end. Because
From
see,
back
for
end.
every record you hear, trust me, the artist gets 50%. The writer,
Mechanical rights.
the writers
These
get
writers, the
50%.
producers.
The producers get 50%.
Yes.
Also, the same thing applies to the publishing of that particular record. So now the only part where they sort of have the conversation is digital rights, maybe streaming. You can decide to say, okay, you're going to get 20% of streaming, do you understand, or even performance and all of that. So people are getting. So what I think producers are doing today is actually now being in front. Like, hey, this is
Exactly.
me.
So
I am also.
it is my record.
It is my
you know,
record.
So I'm
It's
the
my
one who's
song.
going to give you this cut. You know,
Exactly.
before it used to be them who will take it from these other guys. But
Yes.
then, you know what? We are the ones who are going to give it to you. But I think we should not forget people like Don Jazzy, by the way, who has pretty much always kind of like existed in front, even with even during the
More
demand time.
hits.
Exactly. But I guess the reason why Hughes was different was that unlike say a Fuse and Young John, who were on the YBNL roster at the time, Don Jazzy also owned the record label. So of course that means that yes, he had
It
a
was a
lot
major
more
part.
exactly,
Yeah,
a major
yeah,
part
yeah.
of the thing. Yeah. But I think what these guys are doing are like, okay, you know what? Now that it's like the independent scene increasingly is now understanding that you know what we can control so much without I guess this whole
Being
record
like-
label paraphernalia. So exactly. So most of them are like, you know what? Let us do it. I'm like, it's
Can
okay.
can we also connect this to or relate this to DJs who are also, in
Oh, doing
forefront?
this. But I think
Doing
DJs funny. I think DJs actually have existed more like this for longer than producers because what's
Yeah,
his name?
for sure. A long
Neptunes.
time.
For as
Jimmy
far back
Jazz.
as that first song, Jimmy Jazz, exactly.
Yes.
Those guys have been making albums for so long. Spinall, even Spinall
course.
as well. You get. So, yeah.
Copy.
For me, back in the UK, back then it was Westwood. So
Ah,
Yeah, it was Westwood.
yeah.
True.
Yeah. So let's talk about this thing. I knew they were going to bite back. No, I was about to say something that's I cannot take back. So Russian Netflix users have reportedly filed a class action lawsuit against the streaming giant for loss of service. So last month, Netflix had confirmed that it was actually suspending its service to Russia as a protest against the country's invasion of Ukraine. It also paused all projects in and acquisitions from Russia, and now the Russians are fighting back. They're like, excuse me. What?
Where's this
So
court
they-
going to take place? I'm just kidding. Where's the lawsuit going to take place? It's such a strange thing to me, honestly.
In
Very
their
strange.
country.
It's gonna be in Russia. Where else will it take place?
Yeah, but they're no longer there, so I don't know. It's just strange.
We'll find them.
I find it really strange.
But it's just one in the wave of Russian service users fighting, well, not fighting
No,
back.
more like the
It's-
companies living in Russia, actually.
Yeah, no, but also the users, now saying hello. Hold on, wait a minute, stop there. So you know how all the designers had decided that, okay, not all of them, but most of them had decided that we're not going to do business in Russia with Russians, and Chanel in particular saying that if you are even Russian, you're going to have to explain why you want our bags and our clothes, and we're going to need to just vet you. So Russia, that's how Russian TikTok users started taking to TikTok and posting videos of them destroying shock horror gas
Can you imagine?
their Chanel bags. I mean, first of all, they've already bought them, so
Exactly.
I'm not sure
Yes.
those
Yeah.
protesting to spend a chunk of their money buying
Exactly.
it.
It's symbolic. That's what it's about.
Okay.
It's
As
symbolic.
you
I know
see-
we don't understand it as Nigerians.
I know.
But things like that.
I might.
Nigerians don't understand that, but yes, for these guys.
Who-
As
Not
you
for what now?
symbolically cut up all the money you spent on one tiny bag. Okay. All right.
It's symbolic for these guys, you know.
My protest will have another symbol because it will not be that bag that I spent money on.
My protest is that
That's what I'm
I'll
saying.
go
As
and buy.
Nigerians, we can never understand.
I'll
it.
buy
No.
from your neighbors. I'll not buy from you again, Abby. But the one I've bought before, I'm not. How dare you? Cut what?
See, that's why I say. So whenever you see, for me in the literary world, it's all the book burnings, right?
I was going to say that
When-
exactly. You know, these guys always burning books. Anyway,
Yeah,
when
you
they're
know,
angry about
Yeah,
stuff.
I've never understood this thing. When you're angry about something, you don't go and buy it so that you can burn
Burn
it.
it.
So you're now
Symbolic.
driving up the sales.
Yes,
So
now.
for me, I'll just be like,
It's symbolic.
thank you. I'm richer now because of you.
That's
Great.
not how it works. That's not how it works.
No, they went to go and buy the books to burn
I
the
know,
books.
yes, no.
Yes,
but
no.
but the bad press is not. Nobody wants that kind of bad
Excuse-
press.
Are
That's
you
what it's about.
joking?
Bad
They
press.
do want the bad press.
Popularity.
They do want the
don't.
bad
No,
press.
they don't. Chanel doesn't need this. It's true now.
So what are
Chanel
they going
doesn't
to
need it.
do?
They don't need it.
What are they supposed to do?
It's like I said, it's symbolic. Everybody's making.
Let me tell you something. Whenever an author gets bad press, book sales go up.
No. For the books, maybe. But I don't even think the authors want that. I don't want to see my books. I haven't written one yet. Even get burnt. I remember that whole time with Dan Brown. I don't think he was happy for that to happen. Even if, of course, he had already sold like 3 trucks of 3,000 trucks of books.
Come to the end of the show, but I remember actually reading the story of this one author who came out and made some terrible tweets, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong with this person? Terrible! We're gonna go and buy the book so that we can leave bad comments and then burn the book." And then the person had deleted it, but it now came out that it
sold.
seemed like a stunt, and a
Oh,
stunt
it was
that
a stunt.
got their book to sell well. Yes, that's all, folks. And speaking about that's all, folks, that really is all for the show.
Oh, okay. I thought that was for books.
No, it's for the show.
Well,
Wow, we don't have any other
Thank you and goodbye.
I mean, we had, but hey, time up.
We are getting kicked out.
And
I want
we'll
to
be
talk
back.
about Frank Langella, but
Oh, yes, no, goodbye. Thank you and goodbye.
I really
you
wanted to
can-
talk about that too, but hey,
you
we have to
can-
go.
You can find Oris and James Silas on Instagram at Catch Orisgram at
Yes.
James Silas,
Yeah.
and on Twitter at James Silas and at Catch
Catch
Oris.
Oris.
And that's all, folks. And find us at Smooth981FM on Twitter, at Smooth981 on Instagram, and still here, Heppel and myself, Shokla Martins, on Smooth Breakfast.
woohoo.
Oh, I hit my
that went by fast.
I hit my face
Yeah,
with the
always.
phone.
Well, I don't know. Today it looked at
All right, YouTube.
especially fast.
Okay, it's a fun.
What's today
Thanks for
especially
watching.
fast?
Catch you guys.
That's
That's
how
quite
it felt.
Next
Yeah,
week,
it felt
August
so
week.
much.
I actually thought it felt a little
Yes, that's okay.
I don't even know if I was like, oh,